What's good? Right back at you with the How Did We Get Here podcast. It's your boy Michael Duano, and we back yet again. And I just got one question. How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? Figure deal me? Man, how y'all been the last week? Everything going good? I hope y'all are having a smooth week. We coming up on Friday. Tonight is game one of the NBA Finals, baby. I'm so excited. If you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of basketball, bro. You know, whether it be high school basketball, college basketball, or the highest level, you know what I mean? And my money's on the Nuggets. I just lost some money the other day to the Boston Celtics because they slipped up. I thought they was gonna try to make history or whatever, but they blew it. But yeah, so tonight we got game one. You know, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and the whole squad. They finna go crazy. Denver Nuggets running up against Jimmy Buckets. And Caleb, I forget Caleb's last name, but Buddy was going off. I think he was the career high scorer. Maybe not. Maybe he had a couple points short than Jimmy, but bro, and I found out he's a twin too, so I'm excited about tapping into his twins game and seeing how that is because, bro, he was going off, bro. So, yeah. Matter of fact, game one is on now. You know what I mean? I'm not even really trying to tap in because I'm tapping into my creative side, doing my thing. You know, I got other stuff to do, you know, besides just watch every game of basketball. You know, I'll check the highlights out. And we'll tap back into it next week and follow up. By then, it'll probably be game 4 by then. So yeah, leave a comment, drop a comment down on who you think is going to win the NBA Finals, Miami Heat or the Denver Nuggets. Moving along, I wanted to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe that people carry around bad spirits and energy? Think about that. Do y'all believe people carry around bad spirits and energy? Me, for one, I know it's true. Hurt people hurt people. I can remember a time in my life 3 years ago where I was doing the exact thing, carrying around bad energy, had a bad spirit, might have been bad spirits, had a couple demons on my back. I was walking around with a dark cloud for about 2.5 years. It really just cleared up for me within the last year or so, almost coming up on a year. It was a bad, dark space. And for me, I didn't realize I was in the spot that I was in. And then after so much time passed, you know, I realized the spot that I was in when it came to having that dark cloud over me. You know what I'm saying? But I still didn't do nothing about it. It took time for me to develop a state of mind of as far as what the next step was. Because when you so locked into what you was locked in, like for me, I was drinking a lot. So when I was locked in and I was drinking a lot and that's what I was locked into, every day it was like, let's go get another drink. So as long as you, like, for example, if you was moving how I was moving, that's the only thing you're locked into. There's only a couple of things you're locked into. So you got to develop a way, you know, like me, I went to go see therapy, locked in with a therapist. I done locked in with about 4 therapists. And I finally found one that I've been locked in with for real. If we locked in, ain't no switching up. So I ain't switched up. I'm still doing it. But Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all believe people carry around bad spirits and energy, I believe people do. But you know, somebody else may disagree. You know, a lot of people believe in zodiacs. I don't believe in zodiacs anymore. I think that stuff is retarded. I think it's a young way of thinking. And once so much time passes and heals and people experience life, they'll sooner or later wake up and realize that it could all be over with, bro. All of this is not really promised every day. It could all be over with today or tomorrow. Moving on. Okay, I gotta tap into this. So, the CEO of Chick-fil-A, this is what he said. The CEO of Chick-fil-A came out and said some mind-blowing stuff. Hold on, let me pull this up.
Story that was shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival, in the front seat was an older African American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow in that service. It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks just to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes. A story that was shared with.
So basically, he came out, if you didn't really catch what he was saying, bro, the CEO of Chick-fil-A, Dan Cathy, goes full woke and says that every white person should get on their knees and shine black people's shoes with a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment for racial injustice. I mean, you heard what he said. That ain't what I just quoted wasn't his exact quote, but for the majority, you know, I get my news from a lot of sources. That is the gist of what he said. But what I will say is, because I got a lot of friends of, you know, I don't just talk to black people, bro. Like, I got white friends, I got all types of friends from all types of different ethnicities. But what I'm saying is that could be taken wrong because some white folks, they didn't ask to be here. Just like I didn't ask to be here. A lot of black people of all, you know, not just black people, but people period who are human, who didn't, who weren't living in that slavery time. You know what I'm saying? Even though black people like myself, I'm wearing the shoes that I'm wearing today due to the fact that my ancestors did go through a certain era with slavery. So it's a debate. It's something that can be discussed. And I just feel like the whole racism conversation, it gets annoying sometimes because it feels like that's all America really likes talking about. But what I will say is, if we're going to continue to talk about racism, bro, it needs to be people who are not receiving the racism. The people who are not receiving the racism and the injustice regularly, y'all are the people who need to be bringing up the topic of discussion and talking about it, because it's only going to come off one way when it's coming from us, and it's usually a reaction from us or people that look like me. So shout out to the CEO of Chick-fil-A for even saying something like that. You know what I mean? Chick-fil-A, he's obviously a God-fearing man. He would have to be, I would hope so, because Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. And shout out Chick-fil-A and that spicy chicken sandwich. I just went there last week. It was fire. I got the macaroni on the side and the lemonade. Sat there and drank the whole lemonade right when I got it and told them refill it. Nah, I'm just playing. Like, that lemonade is fire though. All right. What else we got going on? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. So, your boy Gunna. Everybody know Gunna, man. Gunna from, former member of YSL Records. Young Thug's guy. The dude that, I remember when I first heard of Gunna, bro. I became an instant fan when I first heard Gunna rap. I first heard him rap. Remember when Young Thug came out with that album and he was wearing that dress. He was wearing that suspect looking dress.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, he was wearing a dress, bro, and I was not feeling it. But that's that trolling stuff that people be doing, and he's been trolling his whole career. First time I heard Gunna though was on a song called Floyd Mayweather. It was Young Thug, Gucci Mane, and Gunna. And Gunna got off. If you a super duper street nigga, don't go listen to it. But if you don't mind everything that's transpired, go listen to it. He got off. You know what I mean? If you listen to what you listen to and you don't really mess with Gunna, do as you please. I'm not begging you to go listen to it, but bro got off. I'm just telling you, that's what pulled me into like wanting to check out his music. But anyway, as of late, what happened? Gunna has come out and says that there's been little like clips of pictures, a picture popping out here and there with him with some street niggas in what looks like somebody's apartment kitchen somewhere in Atlanta. I don't know where Gunna's at. I don't know where he lives or what he's doing. But one picture pops out on Instagram or something like that, social media, whatever. Then another picture pops out. He's just chilling. He looks good though. No homo. Pause. He looks good, like as far as health-wise. He looks very healthy. Everybody know that Gunna wasn't the most in shape looking dude. You know what I mean? He wasn't super fat, but he looks way more healthy, like toned, some muscle. Bro looking good. You know what I'm saying? So, but he ratted. He told on the team.
Oh, hell no.
He went up there on the stand and said what he said.
Oh, hell no.
So now he's, coming out with little clips, showing little clips of music, putting out little snippets of music, and everybody's like, oh, here this nigga go. He think we finna listen to him. All the super duper street niggas is like, oh, this nigga done ratted. We can't listen to this shit. He can't drop no music. Woo-doo. So there's a snippet going around. I forget what the song title is called because I don't really care. But I see something and he basically was saying, he forgave me for my sins. Now they mad I got out. Bruh. He forgave me for my sins. Now they mad I got out.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gunna, why you have to go to jail? Why you have to tell on your people? Why you have to wait till you get a RICO case to find God? Somebody tag Gunna now to this page, ask him to subscribe. I'd like to do an interview, but buddy, my main question is why did you wait till it all fell down to find God? If you've even found God, don't play with God like that, bro. Don't sit here and say, he forgave me for my sins now that I got out. They mad that I got out. Yes, God will forgive you for your sins if you ask to repent. I'm not mad about you asking for repentance. Nobody should be. But if you really trying to find God and build a relationship with God, that's the route he should be going as an artist. Me personally, I wouldn't even want to rap no more if I was him. I wouldn't want to be associated with what got me put in the situation that I had to be put in after everything that's transpired. So a lot of people have been talking about Gunna, and one of them has been Lil Boosie. Let's see what he had to say. Lil Boosie's been stopping by. I think he stopped by a podcast. He had a few things to say on the Big Homie's house. Let's check it out.
Done. Unless he go to probably another country.
Damn.
Yeah, because Weezy say
He did?
Weezy really out of here.
Weezy say he out of here.
That's
Weezy out
when
of here.
when he say that?
Yeah,
like
Weezy
two-
said
like
like a couple
two
of
days
days ago. I saw this. Weezy said you out of here. Everybody's saying, hey, you might need to go to. I mean,
He said he working on
you know, I don't
something.
want no rat till he sells. So, I hope he never sell a record again.
I know it. I know.
Yeah.
I really hope he never sells another record again. You know, I don't. You know, I just. You know,
What if
I've been hurt.
Yeah.
what if Thug come out and say like
Hey,
he
this was a part of the plan, guys.
like yeah, what if he come back and be
Ain't part of
like
no plan.
no, but what if he
You
said
heard what
that?
Thug lawyer said? We didn't know none of this was happening.
He said that?
It's a sneak attack. The fuck you mean? You heard what Thug lawyer said? Well, Jeffrey didn't know anything about this was going on with Cooperative. They're making deals with the. You heard what he said?
Damn.
Thug
That's-
said. And Ghana might be.
Hey, Boosie is super duper street nigga, so I'm really not mad at his response. That's expected. You gotta think Boosie was looking at a death sentence before. So he's a super duper street nigga. And there's nothing wrong with being a super duper street nigga. Y'all living by the code. But Gunna, if you finding God, bro, congratulations. If you're in the process of finding God and building that relationship with God, congratulations, brother. Keep at it. But think about what's transpired based off of you being in this music industry, having the fame that you got. Look what it led to. That's all I'm saying. Look what it led to. And ask yourself, is it really worth it? So real quick, I got a few more topics and we're gonna wrap this up. So Joe Biden falls again, bro. Are we really surprised, bro? Like, for real? He's old. Joe Biden is 109 years old and he is still falling. He can't even stay up on his feet. He's old, bro. He's the president of the United States. I don't know if he's gonna make it this next term, but buddy guys, he's up there in age. And it's unfortunate that and you know what's crazy is I see more white people on the internet talking about this dude because you know it's I see so many of them, they hate Joe Biden, bro. Like they despise of him. It's pretty much a repeat of when Obama was here, the way that they be talking. And you know, it is what it is. That's the thing about the Republican Democratic Party. I don't see one being better than the other. I don't see one being worse than the other. But the fact that there needs to be two parties shows division. And, you know, the next president we get, if it ain't Trump, it's still going to be somebody old. It just happens that this dude, he's super weak in the knees. Super weak in the knees, and I'm sure we'll see him fall again. Moving along, Lil Uzi Vert has embraced the cover. I want to say it's 032 magazine, some whack magazine. Who even reads magazines anymore, for one? But anyway, you can Google it. You can go look it up. I'm not posting the picture on my page. I did do something on my TikTok with it, but it was just a reaction video. And so, you know, everybody knows Lil Uzi is like obsessed with demonic energy. Demons, death, upside down crosses, you name it. Bruh. Like this dude is like he's probably up there top 3, if not 1, as far as artists who just don't mind selling their soul in front of our faces. And now that we got so much social media and everything, everybody can see everything with this, it's really unfortunate and sad, bro. I remember when I seen it on social media yesterday for the first time, I think. And I immediately told myself, I'm done with mainstream music. If I'm not completely done, because there are a few people that I still like listening to. I'm not gonna cap. I grew up a huge fan of hip hop, wanted to rap and everything. Had my time, did my little era when I wanted to rap. But seeing stuff like this just it irritates me, irritates my soul, because it's misleading the youth, and they don't really understand what this stuff means and does to you. You know what I'm saying? So when you get a chance, go check it out. It's very, if you're not into that, don't go check it out. But, you know, it's very unfortunate, you know, because back in my day, somebody might say, this that white people shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not white people shit no more. It's just industry stuff that these cats are doing for views, for clout, trolling, and then at the same time, you know, they really are living some type. I don't know their business, but the fact that somebody thinks what he did on this magazine cover was cool, obviously it's to sell, get people to talk about, but there's still a deeper meaning. Dude got an upside down cross on his forehead, like what looks like some jelly jam coming out his mouth, supposed to be blood, and it's just unnecessary, bro. It's just unnecessary. It makes me despise the entertainment business. And I've been a fan of the entertainment business for so long, but stuff like this, it just throws me, bro. Throws me. I don't understand it. King Von's sister, Kayla B, is finally growing up. Sis says she's done putting paws on people after all this time. You know, in the news clips over the past maybe 2, 3, 4 years, we've been seeing King Von's sister, Kayla B, always getting in a fight with somebody, left or right. Always trying to fight somebody, left and right. Getting into another squabble, here and there. So now she's showing some growth, saying that she's done fighting chicks. Man, I gotta give it to you, girl. That's growth. That's for real. And I applaud you for that. Yes. Striving to do better. Striving to do better. That's what's up. I love that. Change gonna come. Ain't that what Sam Cooke said? Sure enough. Moving along. Shannon Sharp. It just came out in the news yesterday. Tight end Hall of Famer of the NFL, Shannon Sharp, is stepping down. He's been bought out. Now, y'all know, sports fans, he's been on the show Undisputed for a few years now with Skip Bayless. And his time has come to an end. He's going to be leaving the show directly after the NBA Finals. Salute to you, Shannon Sharp. Even though you be on LeBron's nuts so hard, I'm not mad at you for leaving. You got to go get the bag. You got to do what's for you. Hopefully God told you whatever decision hopefully God showed you and told you that this decision that you're making works out for you. So he's going to be leaving the whole Fox network, and who knows what he's going to do. Who knows if he's going to continue on to even be on TV. I think he should. I think he's great at it. We may see Shannon on the NFL, doing what those guys do as far as the announcers, in between games and on halftimes and stuff like that. Or we may see him, on First Take or something like that. I don't really think he's going to go back to doing what he's doing with Skip Bayless. He might do it, or he might just do his own thing, because he made the show. I watched it. I watched Undisputed faithfully, and because of him. I think he's leaving because, and any of you guys out there who faithfully watch the show, drop a comment. Let me know why you think Skip's leaving. I mean, not Skip, but Shannon. I got 2 reasons. It might have been one because him and Skip got into it about Tom Brady. But I really think that he left the show after dude from the New York Giants passed out. Remember when that player from New York Giants got hit and he crashed out on the field and had to be taken off the field? Go on YouTube and look up Undisputed when Skip and Shannon was talking about that. Skip said some foul stuff about it, and I feel like that just left a bad taste in Shannon's mouth, along with a few other debates that they've had. Drop a comment, let me know what you think while Shannon Sharp is leaving the show. Woo, I'm cooking. I'm cooking tonight, y'all. So just in ooh, this is crazy. So basically, I got another question.
How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here?
In recent news, the city of Atlanta, there has been some hookah herpy heroes in the city of Atlanta.
Bruh.
Hookah herpy heroes.
Bruh.
Hookah herpy heroes in the city of Atlanta. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? We're talking about the hookah herpes heroes in the city of Atlanta. Now, I'm sure it's just not in the city of Atlanta, but brother, if you go out and you're hookahing, stop it now. It already is like a little zesty for dudes to be like that, like to hookah. In my opinion, it's quite zesty if you're still hookah and you know you got herpes. Your level of zestiness is going up higher if you know you have been infected, and you are still out there hookahing, hitting hookahs. Stop it right now. That hitting hookahs should only be for chicks. Now, if I'm at home vibing, and I still wouldn't do this because I don't smoke nothing anymore. And I never did hookah. I did hookah one time, probably it was over 10 years ago. If it wasn't over 10 years, it was exactly 10. My homeboy was having me and the homie was doing a listening party for some music we was dropping, and we did it at a hookah lounge. That's the only and last time I've hit a hookah. And that was the first time. But I don't, like I said, if you are out here at the crib with your lady and y'all got y'all's own little vibe going on, y'all Netflix or whatever, or y'all just having a cool little chill night together and y'all got a little hookah situation at the crib, cool. I'm not mad at that. That's all good. That's all fine and dandy. But don't go out there in public and be at the hookah lounge with the homeboy. I don't care if there's women in the party, period. You don't know who's doing what with who. And apparently there's some kind of pandemic going on in Atlanta. The hookah herpes heroes.
Oh, hell no.
It's going down. And it's becoming disgusting. Look it up. Look up hookah in Atlanta on TikTok. And I bet you there's videos on TikTok where people are explaining the situation and how it's being spreaded. Brother, we got to do something. And what we have to do is find God. That's what we got to do. At the end of the day, I'm going to need you to find God. Stop. Brother, listen, if I got your attention right now, put the hookah down. Ain't no need for that no more. That is super zesty anyway. We don't need to be hitting no more hookahs. I'm cool if you want to hit the Black and Mild. You want to hit the cigarette. You want to hit the Misty Glen or whatever, smoke a backwood or blunt. Do as you please. But sharing hookahs with people,
It's a rapper-rooski.
we can't do this no more. One more question.
How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here?
All right, sad story. Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was a 12-year-old girl stabbed her 9-year-old brother in his sleep. Stabbed him several times. He ended up not making it. She says that she was on some demonic shit. Excuse my language. I'm just going off what it said in the public. Sad situation here. The girl said she was on some demonic shit. What's going on in the world? It's social media. It's the TV. Just like that little Uzi Vert stuff I was talking about. This is a 12-year-old girl who ran up in her little brother. He's 9 years old. Ran down on his ass in his room and stabbed him to death. And immediately the mother was like, "You better hope he's not dead." I read it. That's what That's what she was saying, and the video and everything came out. I didn't want to play that clip because that's just sad, man. So I want to send my condolences out to their family, and I don't, the girls are minors, so I don't know if charges are going to be pressed or whatever. But I did read in the column, it says something about how she was on medication at one point and had been off of it for a little over a year. You guys can look further into it. But like I said before, man, we got to find God. We got to find God. Something going on, something ain't right. All right? Danny Lay, the baby's baby mom. Y'all remember her? Good looking chick. Been in the media. You remember that big blow up with her and the baby last year? He had her on camera looking normal. You know what I mean? Looking kind of beat up. And she was trying to kick him out, or he was trying to kick her out or something like that. Well, she's in the news now. On Memorial Day weekend, this girl done hit somebody while driving with an open bottle of tequila.
Shut the front door.
Girl, you a multi-millionaire. What are you doing? I get it. You kicking it just like everybody else, and you want to be normal. See, that's why I used to want to be famous in my 20s. I wanted to be a famous rapper and all that, and live that lifestyle because it just felt like you would have no worries. But listening to this and understanding what she's going through right now, I don't know if she's having I don't know if it's her mental. But baby, why are you out here driving drunk? You got enough money to somebody, a Uber, a Lyft. Somebody could have picked you up. You didn't have to go driving. And not only did she hit somebody, she messed up somebody. She hit this guy, and his spine got messed up. And in the car, after she hit dude, the car dragged for another block and a half, is what was reported.
Shut the front door.
I immediately thought of Brandy. Y'all know the singer Brandy? She hit a girl years ago. She killed a girl. Never did no time for it. But I'm sure something like that traumatic sits with you for your whole life. And what I can say is Brandy's career never was the same after that. That followed her for a minute. And it's a good thing that social media wasn't what it is now back then. But this whole thing it just happened, bro. So as the story develops, we might touch back on it next week and see what goes on, because I guarantee you, baby girl might have to go on tour twice this year to run that bag up, because ain't no telling how much she gonna get sued for. All right. Oh yeah, some more sad news. The homie DC Young Fly, super funny dude. His baby mother, longtime girlfriend, Jackie O, she just passed away today. So apparently, she, and the story is still developing, but from what's been said, she was doing a mommy makeover. They got kids. And DC Young Fly has publicly been letting it be known that he wants like 10 kids. And I think he has at least 4 now, if I'm not mistaken. 3, I know at least 3. She was getting a tummy tuck, basically. And she died during this. She died. So that's all I got to say about that. My condolences to him and his family, all the kids. That's super sad. When you get back, and from what I know, DC Young Fly is very close to God. So I'm sure that he'll be able to see it through. I don't want to speak too much more on that because it's a sad situation, and I don't really like reporting sad stuff. But just, if you're going through something traumatic in your life right now and you don't know how to deal with it, you can message me on here, bro. Like, I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. I'm not going to try to be a therapist or nothing like that. But sometimes somebody just needs somebody to listen or somebody to talk to. A very close friend of mine committed suicide before. I don't want nobody on that type of stuff. And if you're thinking about doing that, I'll leave the number to suicide awareness and stuff in my description, because nobody needs to be even on that type of time. And I know DC won't. He got a strong heart. Again, condolences to you, brother, and the kids, and your whole family. And but moving along. And another thing, ladies, y'all are beautiful. Y'all do not need to do any of that type of stuff. I understand where her mindset was on, and she wasn't wrong, and she had every right to do what the decision that she made for her body. But I just want you ladies to know that you all are gorgeous and beautiful. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do nothing to your body. We love the stretch marks. We love the little tummy that you do got. We love your chubby cheeks. You know, women the size of Lizzo, we love y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't gotta sit there and switch up God's creation. You know, because I hate to hear stuff like this. This is terrible, period. Her kids deserve a mother, you know what I mean? And now, unfortunately, you know, because of an operation, what's transpired is very unfortunate. So yeah, Jamie Foxx, another thing that came out today, some spooky sources. So this dude name is, what is this dude's name? Is it Jason Benza? He's a journalist, AJ Benza. So AJ Benza says he has first-hand knowledge of what caused Jamie Foxx's stroke. All right, AJ Benza, journalist, AJ Benza. Because a lot of the sources came out and just said, oh, you know, he got the vaccination, and then he came out partially paralyzed, partially blind because of the vaccination. But nobody really, you know, it's just a bunch of bloggers saying stuff. So now this dude done stepped out and said what he had to say. Let's listen to this.
Ask me. Just a few friends the last couple of years who got the injection. One of my best friends died last Saturday. Paratrooper, ex-Special Forces, 51 years old, in best shape of his life. I mean, lived life. You have no idea. Just goes to sleep, doesn't wake up. Black guy.
Oh my.
I think
Jeez.
that this ties into the Jamie Foxx theory. I worked my butt off to get a story about what happened to Jamie Foxx, because it was all baloney what they were reporting. He's playing pickleball. He's responding on Instagram. No, he's not. People do that for you. It's all lies. I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it. This movie he's doing with Cameron Diaz. And I'm thinking, is that why he blew up on the set a week before this medical emergency happened? Is that why he fired 3 or 4 people, because he just had it with these mandates? I don't know. But what I found out from the man in the room was that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind. Because if you read into what they were saying early on, he's communicating with us. That doesn't mean talking. That could be anything. It could be, you know, writing, sign, you know. I know those little code words. And then when you tell me your father's playing pickleball, give me a break. You know, I don't know. There's a great shroud of secrecy around Jamie Foxx. He's probably the most multi-talented person we have in Hollywood. Just a few friends.
Bruh. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all let me know what's going on, man. And for my prayer warriors out there, keep him in your mind. Keep anybody in your mind that may be, you know, suffering from something like that right now, because that's crazy. Yeah, so if you really wasn't understanding what he was saying in that video, he basically was saying that because of the vaccination, you know, they forced him. Jamie Foxx didn't even want to take it, and they forced him to take it. And then next thing you know, he was partially blind and paralyzed. AJ Benza, Benza, is the journalist who reported that. And dude in the video, AJ Benza, said he was there. He talking like he was in the hospital room or something. I don't know. You can look into it. You can look into it. Let's see, what else do we got? Damson Idris. Y'all know, says he called Damson Idris I don't know if y'all know who he is. If you have been on social media in the last year, you know he plays Franklin from Snowfall. He's the main star on the show Snowfall. He's dating Lori Harvey right now. He's a British actor. If he's not British, he's like he's from London or the UK. I think he might be a UK actor. He said that he called on to the devil to tap into his well-known character that he plays on Snowfall, Franklin. Brody said he tapped into the devil to play this character. Now, I'm a fan of movies and actors, but I've never heard nothing like this, bro. This is crazy. He tapped into the devil? Do you see what we're going with here? I've been talking about demons, demonic behavior, people selling their souls, and now this? So he said that he was having nightmares after nightmares after nightmares, and he had to pray his way out of it. Thank God he said that, because I'm thinking that's probably what you probably should have did, bro, to get up out of there. So congratulations to you that you took that route about it. But the fact that you had to call on to the devil to tap into that means he'll do it again. He's an actor. These actors take their job seriously. You know, he may not be gay, but he could play a role where he's playing a gay person. You gonna tap into the devil to tap into that character like that? I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't repeat this, because that's hella weird. So I'm gonna wrap this up with a couple of things. I'm gonna talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion has been seen with this new dude. I'm not gonna say his name. He's a soccer player, and I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if I'm gonna even pronounce it right. And I'm not gonna cap to you. I just completely didn't pay attention to his name anyway. But it seems that she's in a new relationship, possibly with a new guy who's a professional soccer player. So shout out to Meg for moving on. Yeah. Shout out to you, baby. So, you know, because with the whole Tory Lanez thing, shooting her in the foot, and now Tory's going to jail. Supposedly, Tory might be looking at even more time on the 9 years he already got. If he hasn't been, I think he's been sentenced, or he's finna get sentenced if he hasn't already. So, but what I wanted to talk about here was because Megan was seen with this new dude at this. He went to a wedding and took Megan with him. The wedding was a soccer player teammate of his. So they going to a wedding, woo-doo, holding hands. So it looked like it's getting real. But what I wanted to talk about was Party, her ex-boyfriend. The dude who stood there with her throughout this trial. Bruh. The dude who took up for her on social media. Bruh. When people was talking crazy and didn't believe that she really got shot, and you know, all these accusations and things going on. He stood and held it down for her on all 10. Bruh. The dude who got feminist tatted on his stomach for Meg. Buddy, what is wrong with you? I don't feel sorry for you at all. I don't feel bad that she left you. To be honest, if you really think about it from the outside looking in, bro, they needed to break up. Because when the trial and everything was going on, a lot of pettiness and messy stuff was coming out. They said that she was sleeping with the baby. She was having sexual relationships with Tory. So it already was leaving a bad taste in Party's mouth, I'm sure. But the fact that you got that tattoo, buddy, I don't feel bad for you. I'm glad. I'm not even glad that y'all over with. I will say I'm glad that you've moved on. It just kind of sucks that you got the whack, you know, the short end of the stick of the situation. And, you know, she's moved on. You know what I mean? Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about that. You know what I mean? Is Megan right or wrong for moving how she's moving? You know, pushing on. Should she have stayed with Party? You guys don't know who Party is? That was her boyfriend. They was all on social media doing stuff. You know, they look like they seem like a cool couple. You know, the fans liked them. Then this Tory Lanez case and everything jumped off, and it was just it started to spiral into a downfall. Started to spiral into a downfall. Well, you know how it's been. It's been real. And it's your boy Michael Dwayno here at the How Did We Get Here podcast. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Lock in with me, because there ain't no switching up. You know I'm on TikTok. Lock in with me. You know I'm on the gram. I ain't too active on the gram, but I'm on there. We got action 2, the number 2. We got action, the number 2. I'm on Instagram. You can tap in with me. I'm on Facebook as well. But for the most part, the audio of this will be out before this video. Make sure y'all lock in. Ain't no switching up. Let's do it. You feel me? And we'll get back with y'all next week. Just like that.
How did we